A new book is out that suggests the very core of what you believe to be your foundational truths will be challenged. It's called Take Me to the King, and the author, Joel Wiggins, is here to tell us about it. Joel, it's nice to have you here.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
I've interviewed you for several years now about the father-daughter dance that my husband and Lylan have enjoyed, but now you're here as an author. What led you to write this book?
Well, really my life of just looking back on what I believe, what my faith was, and how I was expressing that in my day-to-day. And so I began to challenge myself and feel like God was challenging me to do more, to extend myself beyond my comfort zone of just business and worship center model, and begin to challenge myself and others to exercise our faith in our daily living.
Okay, so our foundational truths will be challenged. You mean what we've learned since we were little bitty?
Absolutely.
Okay, tell me more.
Well, being an African American growing up in the South, one of the things that was common is that the pastors were in charge of our community. Unlike any other community in America, pastors were in control. When I moved back down South after owning dealerships and all the other things, I began to see the needs of the people in the community, how bad a shape we really are in. And so as I began to exercise my authority in helping, the opposition actually came from the pastors, and especially pastors from that community, telling me it's not my role to help others. It was my role to fund their worship centers and to have them, help them live in the multi-million-dollar homes that were near where I lived. And so I really began to question, what have we been taught? What does our faith really mean if it does not show itself in who we are in our homes, in our communities, and especially in showing forth love to one another? And so when I say take me to the King, I'm talking about people like Jim Goodman and Jim Goodnights, who are in cities all over America, who understand their role in business of helping to grow community. That did not exist in our community of color, mostly where I grew up. And so I challenged myself to do more than just make money, do more than just the dances and the mentoring and all the things I've been doing, but to begin to truly help bring people, especially in the body of Christ, together.
You say this book is not for entertainment purposes only, and a lot of us know that song, Take Me to the King by Tamela Mann, which is so beautiful, but this is going deeper.
It is. It is. It is saying your faith is not in a worship center, it is not in your pastor, it is not in your denomination, it is not in your religion. It is in who he is, and I believe that to be Jesus Christ. I don't apologize for that, although the world may try to get you to. I have nothing to say other than I know what he's done for me in my life, and because of that, I believe that we are to come together as members of the body, begin to show forth the love of Christ to others, and do that in a way that is not condemning others, but loving them in the same way that our faith says we're to do.
So is this book for followers of Christ, or would you say it's for anybody?
It is for all of us in the marketplace. Owning businesses, our mothers who stay at home, we all have a role to play as gifts that are inside of us that has been given to us by our Creator, which I believe is God, to do certain things to help others, whether it's teaching someone how to cook or if it's owning a major business. And until we tap into that and begin to show that we value one another and the gifts in each other, we're going to continue to be divided.
So I'd imagine some worship leaders are a little uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
But going to be uncomfortable
absolutely.
by this book.
I have no problem with that because the results speak for themselves. If you look at where there's worship centers on every block, there's fatherlessness through the roof, there's poverty through the roof, there's gangs through the roof, there's families in shambles. Wherever worship centers are the heaviest, which happen to be mostly in the African American community, there are no kings. There is no Jim Goodman in Raleigh of color. And my question is, why is that? And there's thousands of businessmen all over who understand their role to help in the community. Why is it that the black community, especially more than any group, only still being led by pastors? If you cannot prove it by results, then I say then don't challenge it. Let's begin to do something different.
I can't wait to read it. I hate that I didn't get to read it before you came in to talk. Where can we find the book?
Well, you can go to my site, which is joelwiggins.org, or you can go to Amazon or Barnes & Noble and purchase the book.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
And best to you.